Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. So, we've just experienced a bumper weekend of Premier League football and I'm here to take you through it. So, let's start off with Newcastle versus Manchester City. So I think from this game we were able to see two teams that are so good at what they do. Newcastle at St James's Park and City when it comes to trying to find ways to control the game and add their quality to it. So, when we look at Newcastle, the way Eddie Howe set them up, especially in 2022, has been unbelievable. St James's Park has become a real fortress for Newcastle, and it's meant that they can create energies and atmospheres that really help the players. I feel that, especially when we speak about the midfield of Guimaraes, Joelinton, Willock, they're a very comfortable midfield and they're all athletes, they're all powerful, they all know how to get at Man City. And I feel that the way that Newcastle played, it was like a Champions League game with the way that they played football. Everything was transition based, everything was so power based, I should say, and everything was tailored to hinder Man City playing the way that they want to play. Especially the first 60 minutes, they ran all over Manchester City. That free kick from Kieran Trippier was unreal, bang into the top corner. But obviously City are City. They're one of the best teams in the world for a reason. They find ways of really attacking the Newcastle defence, and Kevin De Bruyne, he really showed why he's one of the best midfielders in the world. With that pass for Bernardo Silva's goal, it was immense, and the pass for Haaland's goal. Haaland, even though he didn't really play to the Haaland that we know, he missed a couple chances, he still has this gravity about him that will always create chances from his unbelievable movement. I just feel like Haaland is just a beautiful fit in this Man City team. As I mentioned 2 weeks ago, City will give up the control in games so that Haaland and De Bruyne can really shine. And I just feel that this game was perfect example of why I think City can do really well in the Champions League. They're losing that bit of control and they're adding transition to their game, and they're going to be very scary for any team that they come across in the Champions League. So yeah, it was a really good game. 3-3. What a game. Now let's move on to the top of the table, Arsenal. I can't believe I'm saying that. So when it comes to Arsenal, I feel that the criticisms are the teams that they faced. And as Arsenal are the only team in the Premier League that have won 3 games out of 3, I don't think you can use that as an example, because other so-called big teams faced easier sides and couldn't dispatch them the way that Arsenal have so far. And today, or last night, or whenever you're watching this, I feel that Arsenal really controlled the game against Bournemouth. Gabriel Jesus, if I speak about that guy again, bro, they're going to suspend me, bro. I keep talking about this guy. My life is just Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Jesus. This guy is so good. What he did for that first goal, he bounced Senesi out the way, dribbled past 4 guys, gave it to Martinelli, who missed the chance. Ball ricocheted out to Odegaard, who finished. And that was the story of yesterday's game. Gabriel Jesus really set the tone for the Arsenal team. Him, Saka, Martinelli, they have a very good understanding with each other. Gabriel Jesus drifts south to the wings, especially to the left side where Arsenal are really good at the moment. Saka, even though he didn't score, didn't assist, I think Saka had one of his better games yesterday. Excuse me. And I just feel that when it comes to Saka, he never starts seasons well, and I feel that when it comes to more so getting closer to the World Cup, I feel that that's where we're really going to see Bukayo Saka shine. Now it's Martinelli's turn, now it's Jesus' turn. Everyone is going to have their turn in this team, but because we're playing so many games, I don't mind players starting off slow, because they're going to come to fruition towards the later parts of the season when we really need them. Odegaard, 2 goals yesterday. He hasn't dispelled the myth of scoring in the sun. He scored 2 goals in the sunshine yesterday. I think the Sky Sports commentator was saying that that was like his first brace since he was 15 years old, which is crazy. So it just goes to show that Arsenal, they have a really good project going on right now. Next week's game against Fulham won't be easy at all. Fulham are a very good team at the moment. So it's just about whether Arsenal can find those controls, especially in the first half of the second half. That's where they really, the standards drop a bit. They start becoming sloppy in possession. The other teams start getting into the game. So it's just about controlling those moments. But a lot of people have a lot of things to say about Arsenal. Some people think they're title contenders. Some people think they're incredibly overrated. They're somewhat in between that. Arsenal, they just have to focus game by game. They have a good run to start of the season, and it's just about picking up those points, because that's what really got us last season. Like, we lost the first 3 games, and with 35 games left, having a 9-point deficit on all the teams around them, even though it's not undoable, is still I would have still liked those 9 points, if you get what I mean. So it's just about picking as much points up as possible. But I think Arsenal could do really well this season, as everyone knows. So yeah, onwards and upwards for Arsenal this season, inshallah. Let's speak about Leeds versus Chelsea. You know, this game was really strange because we saw a Bundesliga game in the Premier League. Everything, especially the first half, was so end to end. Everything was transition based, and if it's a game where it's based on running power and strength and tenacity, I think Leeds beat Chelsea every single day of the week. And yesterday's game, it just showed that look, Chelsea are a good team. Are they the best team? No. And I saw this tweet. It was like I think it was from GP. Can't believe I'm quoting that guy. No, I'm joking. But he was like, Chelsea match the intensity to whoever they're playing. Against Spurs, they're going to be amazing. Against Everton, they're going to be very stagnant and boring. And that's what we saw yesterday. But Leeds were just better than them all over the pitch. They outran them, they outpressed them, they outclassed them, everything. And when it comes to Leeds as well, I think Rodrigo's form has to be a big part of it. Bamford, he's been injured, and Rodrigo's come into the team, even though he started off poorly in the Premier League. He started off the season impeccably. He's all over the pitch, has that really nice bit of class towards the end of shots or chances. So I think Rodrigo's doing really well, and Brendan Aronson keeps finding pockets within the lines to feed a player like Jack Harrison, who again has started off the season really well. So Leeds can just keep improving on that. Every game won't be like Chelsea. They will find games where teams just sit back, and that's about finding the gaps in those teams where Mark Rocker can shine. But I think the bigger problems lie at Chelsea. Edouard Mendy had a very bad game. He just looked very shaky. He just didn't exude that class of 2 years ago, or that confidence that led Chelsea to the Champions League. Koulibaly had a really difficult game, and even though Chelsea's defense didn't have a good game, I think Thiago Silva, he didn't play to the ability that we know Thiago Silva can play, and that's mainly because of how good Leeds were. I feel that when it comes to Tuchel as well, they're very stagnant when it comes to their attack. They barely create any chances. I was seeing a stat where Sterling has only had 6 shots for Chelsea, which is very, very bad for a team of Chelsea's quality. You need to keep feeding your best players opportunities. And when Chelsea are linked to players like Aubameyang, who doesn't create chances for himself and really heavily relies on service, it's like, what are Chelsea even smoking, bro? What are they even thinking about signing Aubameyang when they don't even create many chances for Havertz himself? So Chelsea really need to look at a player like Ivan Toney. I know everyone's said that about him, but Ivan Toney is a player that really brings the other players into the fold, where Aubameyang and Lukaku in the past couldn't do. So that's where Chelsea really need to focus on their recruitment. But Chelsea, they're going to be in and around the top 4 this season. I know everyone's predicted them to be outside of the top 4, but they really do need to improve. Otherwise, results like this, it won't be like a one-off like it's happened in the past few seasons. It might be a regularity. So Chelsea need to improve. And one of the more underrated games from the weekend was Fulham against Brentford. A very end-to-end game. 2 teams that really play football in the right way. Marco Silva, Thomas Frank, 2 good managers. And I think Fulham and Brentford are both going to stay up this season. I think Fulham especially, they looked very good. Alexander Mitrovic has started the season like a house on fire. A really bully ball type of striker. Likes to bully the centre-backs, and strikers like that are very few and far between in this league right now. Him and Toney are like the dying breed. So I think them 2 teams produced a very good show. Toney on one end did well for Brentford. Mitrovic came up with the last minute header. So I think 2 teams that are going to do really well this season. Fulham, I really expect them to stay up. They just need a few more additions at centre-back especially, because obviously they're running a bit light there at the moment. So yeah, Fulham, I think they're going to stay up. Brentford, obviously they're going to stay up. They're a good team as well. So yeah, 2 good teams. West London is thriving right now. And if we briefly speak on Aston Villa, bro, Crystal Palace cooked them in every single way possible. Villa fans are calling for Gerrard's head, and I think he's going to be one of the first managers sacked this season. I just think there's no intensity, there's no fight behind Villa's play, and I just feel that, like, with the players that Villa have been linked to, there's no strategy behind it. They're all fit one style of play, and then another player would fit another style of play, and players are paid very high wages. So look, I think Gerrard, he's becoming tactically inept in this league, and it's looking sad because Villa, they have all the right pieces to finish in the top half or consistently finish in the top half, but it's just not possible at the moment with Gerrard leading the line or leading the team at the moment. So I think Villa, they really need to improve. Crystal Palace, they look well. They look amazing. They looked impeccable against Villa. They were just all over them. Similar to Leeds, they were too strong, too powerful, and Wilfred Zaha had that quality to really take Crystal Palace over the line. So, look, Villa need to improve. Crystal Palace, again, a great team. There are no easy games in this league, bro. I don't care who says it. This league is very difficult and anyone can beat anyone. So it's just very hard to win games in this league. And Steven Gerrard, and especially Frank Lampard, are learning that very, very quickly. So that's the weekend's games covered. Obviously, as you're watching this, Man United and Liverpool are playing tonight. I don't know what's going to happen. Bro, it's going to be... Look, Man United and Liverpool, bro, that game often cooks up in either a dominating Liverpool performance or a very drab 0-0 draw. So it just goes to see what's going to happen. I think Liverpool are going to get the victory. Who knows? But yeah, I can't obviously cover them because the game is later on today. So yeah. But yeah, thanks for sticking with me throughout this video. I really appreciate the support you guys have been giving me on my videos. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed this. Suggest some videos that I should make or videos or topics that I could cover. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been Rimedi. You've been below subscribers. Take care. Assalamu alaikum. And do not forget to hit that red button, dog. I'm waiting for you guys. I want to hit 2,000 subscribers soon. So yeah, take care, everyone.